Today, we will learn multiplication of rational numbers. Suppose we take 3 buckets and fill each bucket with 2.5 liters of water. If we mix the water of all the buckets, to know how many liters of water we will have, we need to find the result of 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. Since we write 2.5 as 5 by 2, we can also find the result from 5 by 2 liters plus 5 by 2 liters plus 5 by 2 liters. Here, all rational numbers have the same denominator, so we will add the numerators by keeping the denominator the same. This will give us a result of 15 by 2. Since the same number is being repeated again and again, we can also express it as multiplication of rational number. As 5 by 2 is repeated 3 times, we can express it as a multiplication of 3 and 5 by 2. 3 can be written as 3 by 1. Now, we multiply the numerators and the denominators to get 15 by 2, which is also written as 7 1 by 2. That is, after mixing the water of 3 buckets, we will get 7.5 liters of water. So tell me, if we have to find the result of 12 by 7 into minus 4, how will we do it? Think for a while. Absolutely right. We will multiply 12 and minus 4 so that we get the numerator of the result as minus 48. And we will keep the denominator the same. That is, the result of the given multiplication will be minus 48 by 7. Now imagine how we would do this if we had to multiply two rational numbers. Think for a while. Let me tell you, we do this just like multiplying fractions. That is, if we want to multiply two rational numbers, we multiply the numerators and then the denominators and then express the result as the product of the numerators divided by the product of the denominator. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose we have to find the result of 13 by minus 15 into minus 14 by 11. For this, we will first multiply the numerators 13 and minus 14 to get minus 182. Then we multiply the denominators minus 15 and 11 to get minus 165. The result is the product of the numerators divided by the product of the denominators. That is, minus 182 divided by minus 165. Since the numerator and denominator are negative, that is, it is a positive rational number. Hence, the result of this multiplication is 182 by 165. Now think if we have to find the product of 4 by 5 into 5 by 4. How will we do it? Here also, we will multiply the numerators and denominators separately. 4 into 5 is equal to 20 and 5 into 4 is also 20. In this way, the final result will be 20 by 20, that is 1. Similarly, if the result of multiplication of any two rational numbers is 1, then they are reciprocals of each other. By looking at these two rational numbers, you can also understand that the reciprocal of a number is obtained by changing the numerator and denominator of that number. For example, the reciprocal of minus 5 by 6 is 6 by minus 5, which can also be expressed by minus 6 by 5. Reciprocals have great significance when dividing rational numbers. We will understand this by learning the division of rational numbers. Find the reciprocals of 5 rational numbers. Today, we learned the multiplication of rational numbers. Examples related to these will be seen in the next video. Today, we will see examples of multiplication of rational numbers. In a competition, 1 point is given for giving a correct answer and minus 1 by 4 point is given for the wrong answer. Samir answered 10 questions, but all his answers were wrong. Can you tell me what Samir's score is? Samir answered 10 questions and all his answers were wrong. If a wrong answer is given a score of minus 1 by 4, then we have to multiply minus 1 by 4 into 10 to find out the scores. To solve this, we multiply 10 by the numerator of minus 1 by 4, so that we can get the numerator of the result as minus 10 and keep the denominator same in the result. That is, 10 into minus 1 by 4 is equal to minus 10 by 4. Here, the LCM of the numerator and denominator is 2. We divide both numerator and denominator by 2, and the result can be expressed in standard form as minus 5 by 2. We can also solve it in the following way. Here, we can write 10 as 10 by 1. Now, we will get 10 by 1 into minus 1 by 4. We now multiply the numerators of both the numbers. 10 into minus 1 is equal to minus 10. Similarly, we multiply the denominators of both the numbers. Here, 1 into 4 is equal to 4. Then we express the result as the product of the numerators divided by the product of the denominators. That means the result will be minus 10 by 4. We can also write this rational number as minus 5 by 2 in standard form. Now we can say that Samir has scored minus 5 by 2. We can also write this as minus 2.5. Next example. Hitesh covered a distance of 22.5 kilometers, a quarter of which he walked. Find the total distance Hitesh walked. The example shows that Hitesh walked a quarter of the total distance of 22.5 kilometers. Can you tell me what this means? Think for a while. Absolutely correct. It is used to denote multiplication. In this way, we have to multiply 22.5 by 1 by 4 to get 1/4 part of 22.5. Hence, the distance covered by Hitesh is equal to 1 by 4 into 22.5. We will first convert this number 22.5 to an improper fraction. Now we can multiply 1 by 4 and 45 by 2. When multiplying rational numbers, we will multiply the numerator of both numbers. Here, 45 into 1 is equal to 45. Similarly, multiply the denominators of both the numbers, the product of which will be 4 into 2, which is 8. Now, we express the result as the product of the numerators divided by the product of the denominators, that is 45 by 8. We can write this as 5 by 8. Now we can conclude that Hitesh covered 45 by 8 kilometers distance by walking or 5 by 8 kilometer distance by walking. Next example. Find minus 24 by 26 into minus 39 by 12. To solve this, we will first multiply the numerators. Since minus 24 into minus 39 is a product of two negative integers, the product will be positive. In this way, minus 24 into minus 39 is 936. Then we multiply the denominators. Here, 26 into 12 is 312. Now we write the product of the numerators and the product of the denominators and express the result as 936 by 312. Here, the HCF of the numerator and denominators is 312. When we divide both the numerator and denominator by 312, we get a result 3. So today we saw examples of multiplication of rational numbers. In the next video, we will see certain misconceptions related to them. Today, we will see certain misconceptions related to multiplication of rational numbers. Misconception 1. The length of a rectangular field is 51 by 2 meter and the breadth is 19 1 by 4 meter. Find the total area of the field. Here, we will have to find the total area of the rectangular field. Area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth, which is equal to 50.5 into 19 1 by 4 meter square. While multiplying 51 by 2 and 19 1 by 4, many times children multiply the whole parts separately and the incomplete fraction parts separately. Here, they multiply 50 and 19 and multiply 1 by 2 and 1 by 4, and together they get the result 951 by 8 meters square, which is option 1. This is incorrect. Remember that while multiplying such numbers, we must express them in the form of P by Q. Like here, we express 51 by 2 as 101 by 2 and 191 by 4 as 77 by 4. And then we multiply these numbers. If we multiply 101 by 2 with 77 by 4, we get the answer 7777 by 8. We can express this as 972 1 by 8. Therefore, the area of the rectangle is 972 1 by 8 meters square. So option 2 is the correct answer. Misconception 2. Which operation from the following will result in a positive rational number? Ignoring the symbol when multiplying two rational numbers makes some simple mistakes, as some children understand that the sign of the first number is given in the result. They see that the first number in option 1 is positive, so the result of that operation is also assumed to be positive. For this reason, they give the answer as option 1. The sum of two negative rational numbers is negative. Some children consider this understanding to be true for multiplication as well and believe that the product of two negative rational numbers is also negative. Therefore, they start accepting option 2 as an incorrect answer. But the correct understanding is that the product of two negative rational numbers is always a positive rational number. Hence, the correct answer is option 2. Today, we saw certain misconceptions related to the multiplication of rational numbers.